Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Monday. It is the 2nd, I believe, of January. It's the 2nd of January. Right? Let me think about this for a second. Yeah, it's the 2nd of January. 2023? Look at that, 2 days in a row I got it right. Oh my goodness gracious. I actually had to think about that for a second. Before we get started in this video, I just want to remind everybody I will be live streaming tonight for my hardcore preppers at 8 p.m. I do that every Monday night. So if you would like to join us, you go to my main page here on YouTube and click the join button, become a hardcore prepper, and you can join us in that live stream. It's very private. It's a lot of fun. We have enjoyable conversations, and they get inside information that other people don't get in that chat, and it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed that. So anyway, okay, China. We're going to talk about China and Taiwan today, folks, and I'm going to give you my synopsis of this situation. And I'm going to tell you where I think the United States should stand on this situation and what we should do. And of course, this is just my opinion, okay? China's been gearing up militarily for quite some time. They've definitely been flexing their muscles. And they have basically repeatedly said, you know, they want Taiwan back. They believe that Taiwan is theirs. They want it back. And the U.S. has been, you know, supporting Taiwan militarily. They want to give them, you know, a lot of weaponry and sell them a big military package. Taiwan is not obviously big enough to take on China by itself. They're just not. And the official stance has been for a long time that we are kind of like stepping back. We're not stating that we would back Taiwan and stuff like that. So, with all of that, and even though Biden, as we talked in a previous video, Biden has stated twice, oh, we have Taiwan's back, but then his handlers have dialed that back and said, no, that's not the official policy, blah, 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 okay? Now, if I am China, and this is my synopsis of this situation, okay? If I am China, the U.S. is feigning weakness, and so, you know, I've built up my military. I've continued to build up my military. I've built up my Navy. They're banging out ships. They got a very large army. They have nuclear weapons. We have nuclear weapons, right? So if I am sensing weakness, as I believe China is sensing weakness in the United States, I believe they're going to take Taiwan. That's my belief. Now, if the United States stood up right now and said, if you attack Taiwan, we will be at war with you, that would back China off, because that is a no-win situation for either side, okay? That's very, very clear. If we said, if you attack Taiwan, we are going to go nuclear with you, and that's it, period. That ends it, guys. That ends it, all right? Strategically, why is Taiwan important to us? It's nothing to do with the fact that they're on China's doorstep. It has nothing to do with that, okay? What it has everything to do with is microprocessors. A lot of the chips that we need in this country are made in Taiwan. Again, and I've said this over and over and over again, and I will continue to say this, we need to stop outsourcing vital infrastructure stuff that we need to other countries. We need to be making those things here in the United States. Now, there is plans in the works. I guess they approved a plant, I believe in Texas, if I'm not mistaken. If I am mistaken, somebody will correct me in the comments, I am sure. But they had approved a plant to get started to start making chips in the United States. I honestly believe that Joe Biden will do absolutely nothing. He'll grandstand. He might talk a good game, but I don't believe that he'll do anything if China makes a move on Taiwan. I really don't. It's just, And that would just show the weakness of the U.S. after, we've kind of sort of said that we would support Taiwan, right? It's a bad situation. I don't think that it should be allowed to happen. That's strictly my opinion. Strictly my opinion. If you get China where they go, okay, well, we've already taken Hong Kong, right? So, I mean, they were getting Hong Kong back anyway, but they were supposedly going to be waiting to absorb Hong Kong back in after a certain amount of time, which they went in early and did it, took advantage of the COVID situation, and went in right away, and nobody did anything, right? Nobody did anything. So what do you think's going to happen? Now, here's where I want to hear your guys' feedback. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this situation. Number one, first question is, do you think that China will take Taiwan? That's my first question. My second question is, do you think the United States will back Taiwan? All right. Do you think, there's the third question, do you think that the United States will step up and say ahead of time, China, if you attack Taiwan, this is what we are going to do? You got to understand there's a lot of dynamics to this. If you look at any of your household goods that you have in your home, probably 90% of them or more are made in China. All right? So if we ended up getting into that type of a situation with China, that hurts China financially because we are a consumer nation, big time consumer nation, and a lot of our goods and products that we get are made in China. So cheap labor, and so a lot of the big companies, that would hurt a lot of the big companies as well. So there's a lot more that goes into play than just microchips, okay? A lot more that goes into play with that. There's, big business don't like to lose money. Big businesses like to make money. So there is that part of it as well. So I think it's a very precarious situation. The tensions are continuing to rise. China continues to show aggressive behavior. We, meddling like we do around the world, are sitting there saying, hey, we're going to do this big arms package with Taiwan so that they can protect themselves. It'll be very, very interesting to see what happens moving forward. I definitely, like I said again, guys, this is a situation that could jump off into something much, much worse. All right? So, craziness. Oh, yeah, and by the way, a lot of our medications, too, come from two countries, and I talked about this before, one of them being China, the other one being India. 80%, I believe, of our medications, and we are a medicated country, the most medicated country in the world. If they cut that supply off of medications as well, that would definitely hurt financially. And we can't have that with big pharma either. So a lot of play, a lot of little chess pieces on the board with this situation. I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say, what you think. I believe it's a matter of time. It's a matter of time, and China's going to make that move. That's just my take on it. I think it's going to happen. I think it's, in my opinion, it's a foregone conclusion, because why would you continue to build up militarily like China has been doing if you don't plan to do something with those troops, right? So think about that. Anyway, folks, that's all I got for this one. I hope everybody is having a good start to your new year. It's actually beautiful down here today. It's about 61 for January 2nd. I will take that over New York weather anytime. I know it's milder up in New York as well, but it ain't 61. So anyway, guys, remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we truly will be in much, much better shape. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really, really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from achieving your goals is you. That's it, nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. All right, guys, have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.